Hello, everybody. Welcome to our first episode of Turn Sports. And I'm your host, Easy Akpan. And today with me in the studio is Slim Shady.
Actually, it's Christopher.
Chris Tallman is
Tallman.
with us here today to give us an amazing analysis on what has been going on in the footballing world. And let's get right into it because I know that you have a lot to get off
Yeah,
your chest.
obviously, we really do have a lot to say. We really have a lot to say.
So I'll start with the UCL, obviously, the Champions League, the last eight. What are your thoughts on the last people?
Well, we've seen so far the matches. It's been tough.
Yeah.
Been a roller coaster. A lot of teams were doing splendidly well. Bodo Glimt, for example, the underdogs.
The underdogs.
Oh my God, they made it thus far, but disappointingly,
I think I heard a speculation going around that Bulldog Lives, they were not sure that they would play secondly. I don't know how true that was,
I know that was just a speculation and also a rumor too.
Yeah.
They know very
Obviously,
that you have to play two
but they
legs in
just
the
didn't
Champions
come
League.
with their A
They didn't come with their A game. They came in they thinking that they could pack the ball so they could hold on for the long ball. I'm going to give it to Sporting. They did very, very brilliantly to come back from a 3-goal deficit, something Manchester City couldn't do against something Manchester City couldn't do against Real Madrid. It was a splendid game from Sporting. I give it to them, kudos to them very, very well. But on the other hand, so we also give it to Bono Blitz. They did very, very well coming thus far. And for them, I feel that's a very, very good, what should I call it? A good thing to make it. Yeah, all you have to do is not.
Nobody expected them to.
Nobody actually expected them. They didn't give them anything.
It's a good take home for them.
Good take home for them. I'm pretty sure when they come back to the Champions League next season, they are really going to maybe do very, very well to take it far. They came this far, but can they take it this far and they go higher, make it to the quarterfinal, make it to the semi-finals? You could see them in the next 10 years. You could be in the finals. I mean, we had teams like Roma in the Champions League also fighting for places, even Sevilla also fighting for places.
I mean,
so
they knocked out some of the top dogs like Inter Milan.
yes, so Bodo Glimt is actually also they could also do well. And for Manchester City too against Real Madrid, well, it was roller coaster of emotions. You could see when they came in the first 5 minutes, they were always there to get the ball and do very well. But I don't think it was meant to be after that Bernardo Silva's.
I did not see a comeback in that match, if I'm being honest, because we were playing against a Real Madrid side that has gone 3 goals up, and I don't think there was going to be any comeback in that match, regardless of the red card from the skipper, Bernardo Silva.
I felt there was something to be done. The only word the England fans knew.
I guess you will never know.
Well, I guess you'll never know. I guess you'll never know.
Yeah.
But the word that was out there on the streets of England in Manchester City was remontada. We can do it. We can come bring it to.
But then someone else did
But
it.
someone else did it at the end of the day. And Real Madrid qualified too.
Yeah.
But if you want to look at the game, I mean, one man down. Manchester City did very, very, very brilliant job in holding the game for quite that long to play that intense football against Real Madrid. Sorry, Abella's team. It was something to marvel.
I mean, generally, they did well.
They did very well.
The goal deficit would have been more if, on a normal circumstances, going 10 men against
Against
Madrid
would have been more, but they hold on
so-
to 1-0. And then PSG and Chelsea on the other hand, it was something that was
It was just a spectacle. I don't think it was a revenge match, and PSG made a statement, and Chelsea had nothing to do with it. Do you think sacking of Maresca had a lot of role to play for this?
Yeah, definitely. I feel Maresca actually hold them to a very high margin when they played against PSG in the World Cup finals. Sorry, in the Club World Cup finals. So I feel like Maresca was still in the same thing. He would have done something, bring in a different tactics, bring in a different approach to see. And PSG, they were coming out to draw blood, they were coming out there to win the match. It was something that the new coach Liam Rosenio should have taken into consideration. But
And he had some speculations about his team lineup being leaked from the locker room and a lot of things.
I don't think team lockouts or coming out late from the locker room had something to do. It all goes down to the tactics. It all goes down to the locker room. What are you telling the players when they come out there to come and play the football?
Yeah.
What do you tell them to do? Do you tell them to press? Do you tell them to attack? Do you tell them to defend? Do you tell them to play the ball out from the back? Do you tell them to play through the middle? Do you tell them to a long ball to the wingers? What do you tell them in the dressing room? I'm pretty sure that whatever you tell them in the dressing room, what the players come out there to come and play in this.
So in light of the Maresca situation then, and let's say the players may feel somewhat betrayed by the owners, Bluco,
Okay.
and sacking the coach that they had built a lot of relationship with, like going into the season and taking them through the Club World Cup, winning the Conference League. Do you think that actually spoiled, let me say, saw the relationship with Reznor coming in to meet the bad blood already between the players, let's say, and the owners? Did that reflect, or is it reflecting on Chelsea's team currently?
I mean, one thing you need to know about football is they are humans. They feel, they have emotions.
Yeah.
Maresca actually, had a very strong relationship with the players. So they had this ideology that they'll be with them like for as long as
Thank you.
Maresca
Yeah.
is gonna be there.
Yeah.
But along the line, all of a sudden you wake up in the morning, you come to the dressing room, you see a new face.
Coach, yeah.
I mean, it takes steps for you to actually adjust to the
who's coming
new coach, the new tactics that's coming in. So I'm pretty sure that actually had a little bit to do, yes, with the players. But I feel like Liam Rezonier would have taken a different approach when he faced PSG. He knows, he studied the stats, he's a coach of Chelsea, he has watched the former clips of PSG versus Chelsea in the club World Cup, how they saw how they played. He knows that when they come to the stadium, all PSG fans, all PSG players, even the coach knows that we are coming here. We are not coming to play normal. We are out here to play football. We are out here to do something spectacular. And they did extremely well. You could see the intensity in the pressing from PSG. They didn't come here to play checkers. They came here to play chess. They were playing in a different dimension. Dembele, you should see that. I mean, I really adore what Luis Enrique is doing with the team. Dembele, Bintiha, Hakimi, even down to the goalkeeper. Oh, I would want to talk about the mistakes from the goalkeeper, Chelsea goalkeeper, Jurgen in the first leg. They really did have a little bit to do with the result. But still, the players on the other hand also had something to do. So for the Champions League quarterfinals, I see a different sort of event.
So who are you thinking will go through in the Champions League? Which team do you think will go through? Just guess.
I mean, you really think this? I mean, I don't know, because this is
It's just prediction.
I don't want to say this is actually too early, but I'm going to give my prediction. I feel
So we'll be talking about the Champions League last round, that the
That's the quarterfinal, yeah.
So my prediction for Arsenal Sporting, looking from their past fixtures, I'm just going to say Arsenal is going through, and Sporting doesn't really have that threat to beat this current Arsenal squad. I mean, the last time they met, Arsenal won the last two matches. So looking at that, I mean, it's going to be an easy one for Arsenal, regardless of not taking anything away from Sporting, doing the comeback and all, but I don't think they have what it takes to beat this Arsenal side. So
for me, I feel Barcelona versus Atletico Madrid. I think Barcelona is going to go through. I mean, if you look at the last matches, the head-to-head in the Spanish La Liga, you see that Barcelona actually dominates against Atletico Madrid. Atletico Madrid has not done well in the Champions League so far. I think for them, they just struggle to make it to this, make it this far. Yeah. So I think Barcelona is going to go through. You look at the squad that they have. They have Pedri is back from injury. Gavi is also in the squad. So they have a one-star winger with them. Lamine Yamal. They have Rafinha. They have Lewandowski. I mean, if you want to also say Atletico Madrid has players, so they do have players, but do they have the collectiveness? They have that team spirit to actually go, and I see Barcelona going through. And for Real Madrid versus Bayern Munich, I feel it's going to be a very, very tough, match. Very, very tough match. That's going to be a very, very tough match for Bayern Munich. But you see that they have the players there, but can they do it against Real Madrid? Real Madrid, as you all know, are Champions League team. Champions League team. They do it very, very well in the Champions League. They have done it several times, and they might be doing it again today. It goes to very, very little margin. And for me, my prediction is Bayern is going to go through. Bayern Munich is going to go through. And we're going to go back to that. Bayern Munich is going through, and I stand.
Bayern Munich beating Real Madrid.
And I'm standing on business.
It's a very hot take. I mean,
it's a very hot take, but I stand on Bayern Munich.
You have to see the attacking force of Vincent Kompany go against a more stable and balanced team.
No, you say Real Madrid is stable.
It's a stable team. I mean, they have what it takes. Well, let's just see. So I'll be talking about PSG
versus
Liverpool. I feel PSG have a revenge arc of some sort against PSG, but Liverpool has a revenge arc against PSG. But I feel like the PSG team right now is a very big team, and they are beasts at what they do. They're beating Chelsea. Going into this match with Liverpool is going to be a very hot one. They want to carry out the momentum they brought from the Chelsea's match into this. And we have also seen that they have had a very good result against English teams looking back. So I feel they are actually going to scale through in this one. Liverpool might pose some threat there and there, but I don't really see them doing much. Yeah.
I mean, if you look at it right now, though they have a little bit of like injury problems here and there, but I feel I don't know what Ancelotti is going to do. He's going to go back to the drawing board and see what he can do. If you look at the last hit, the last match they had, PSG struggled a little bit though.
Did they struggle though?
Yeah, I mean they you know. Yeah,
I think Alisson against Liverpool.
Yeah, they did win the penalty. That's how they did.
Yeah, but I think Alisson did a very splendid job because they had a lot of chances and he was just busy in the post and pulling out shots. Well, let's see what this season is going to hold for them.
For me, I feel wait, hold on, before we move on, I just want to get your predictions right. Who do you think is going to win the Champions League?
is moving on. The whole
Champions League. I feel maybe it might be too early to say.
It feels a bit early. I think we should just wait till we see the semi-finals and then we know.
We wait till the semi-finals. You know that it's very, very close. We just know that we have like 14 to choose from. Seven now is going to be.
And those 4 teams are quite good. You can't really just come out and say, "Oh, I think
we're picking this one, we're picking around." Yeah.
I mean, we all have teams there that have grudges against one another. If Bayern Munich should pull through and meet PSG in the semi-finals, you know what that means. Bayern was knocked out by PSG in the last, so it's all clause everywhere. You can't really just say, this is going to happen. And then Arsenal, Barcelona, there's still history there. If you look at it, Arsenal losing to Barcelona in the finals, and there's a lot going on there. So I don't think we should just calm our horses for that. So and something intriguing happened over last week when
we had the Carabao Cup. Obviously, Manchester City won the Carabao Cup against Arsenal. It was sheer dominance because that was something.
It was sheer dominance. I know you're going to be biased.
No, I don't want to be biased with you.
You are biased.
Hold on. I'm not biased. But I love all the fans. But as you all know, how it goes, it was total dominance. If you look at the match, if you watch the match, the highlights, or anything, you're going to see what happened, what transpired in that match. You could see the tactics that Pep Guardiola had to display against Mikel side. He did very, very well, brilliant job. Even if they didn't have David Raya, who's the number one goalkeeper to play in the squad, but also Pep Guardiola didn't have his number one man in the goalkeeper position. He had the young boy that came from the City Academy, James Trafford, just go back to the squad to play there, and he did. The first minute of the game, I felt for a second that the tide is going to change. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm sorry to be City fans out there, but I felt Arsenal was going to take it back home at that point in time. I'm just going to say it for my friend out there.
I feel Arsenal lost this game because of the team selection. You know that a particular player has this history of fumbling this particular title or cup, and you're still putting on that player ahead. I don't know what happened, but
Arrizabalaga has always been having this issue. Right from Chelsea,
Chelsea,
he has
I
lost
agree with
the
you.
Carabao Cup over and over. So putting him in goal now against Man City in the cup you really want to win, I think was the wrong choice for me.
Well, I'm going to disagree with you on that one because I feel during cup matches you have to be you have to give second.
But this is not
Because-
any cup though.
I mean, it's
You
not
get,
any
get
cup.
what I'm saying? This would have been the
You-
starting point for Arsenal.
You
that
know-
has been
You know very well, okay, Paris Saint-Germain has been, had been starting goalkeeper for Chelsea, right?
yeah.
He's been making saves, right? And then all of a sudden he's dropped to play for Arsenal as a second goalkeeper to David Raya, right? Obviously, we need to cut into some slack when it comes to like being.
I'm not saying it's bad, but then this
So
is
you made it out to be like
Putting-
he is bad.
No, putting it in this context, not as a general.
Okay, like as
Yes,
this is the final and
the
you need to
final,
get David Raya in the
and you
squad.
need to win this. Do you put Arrizabalaga on goal in a Carabao Cup final that he has always have a way of fumbling? Do you do that? If it was to be in City, do you think Guardiola would
do you
take
think-
him over?
Do you think Arsenal fans will agree with what you just said? I mean, some of them are going to be laid back because they're going to feel like, yes, obviously we need to be playing David Raya in the goal post. But this is keeper Arrizabalaga who has played in the Carabao Cup from
I think they
onset of the.
learned the hard way. How did the first goal come out?
I mean, they did learn in a hard way. But the thing is, you need to be giving chances to the second goalkeepers to
Do you
themselves.
think this? Do you take this risk in the final?
You need to take the risk.
in a final.
If it did turn out to be this way,
now,
Arsenal won.
let's get this.
Hold on.
We'll be seeing the FA Cup final. Hopefully, I pray that City should meet Arsenal again in the FA Cup final, and let's see the selection that Arteta.
Mind you, Mikel Arteta did say that he's standing with his choice of goalkeeper, his selection. He did come out to
Now,
say.
do you think he is still going to make this same lineup in the FA Cup final?
Honestly, he's going to make the lineup.
Then
But it's not-
I guess why they call it the bottling referee.
Oh my
I don't
God!
see
I
that.
feel. Hold on. I feel that keeper Arrizabalaga has the right for the coach to choose him, to believe in him.
It's not bad
Trust.
to believe in a player or a goalkeeper, but when this guy keeps making those mistakes when it comes down to the wire, how did Man City get their first goal? What do you think changed the type of that game? You said it yourself.
I will go back to
you said it
what you
yourself.
said
That
against my Arsenal team. It
Arsenal.
all goes down to the mentality. They would have turned around anytime possible. I mean, they are 1-0 down against Manchester City. All they have to do is, we are going to go back there and we are going to play
Against a City team that had nothing. to
against a City team that played a 21-year-old boy in the goal post who is actually a second goalkeeper too. Goalkeeper Arrizabalaga has also actually played in Chelsea as a first team goalkeeper. Who, you know, Chelsea is actually a top club, obviously, and Arsenal also
all
the top
that
club.
just proves to me is I think that isn't serious about winning trophies for Arsenal.
I mean,
I'm
not going to disagree on that one.
Anyway, they want to take it.
I won't disagree on that
That's
one.
just my 2 cents about
If you look at it in another perspective, in terms of like tactics, you're going to see that Pep Guardiola also did a very brilliant job in terms of like shutting them out. You notice that when they play with the Ligue, when they play with the midfielder in that team, they tend to like bring out the ball, but Pep actually starts with a 4-2-4 formation where he didn't press the goalkeeper, he just gave them a chance to do what they have to do with the ball, and they didn't have any decision to do with the decision making.
goal scorer O'Reilly.
Nick O'Reilly, young boy that came out to City. It was it was brilliant football by City. I'm not being biased here. We all watched the football. It rattled the Arsenal fans. It did rattle the Arsenal fans. You see what Ryan Shecky did, and all of them are all rattled, jogging the ball in the pitch.
Yeah, so that's another thing I wanted us to talk about.
I know you definitely want to talk about that.
Do you see what he did as disrespectful? Looking at the modern day football, juggling and doing all those
I don't feel it's disrespectful.
Do you?
It's not
Okay,
because I'm a City
let's
fan.
say
Okay, he was
let's
a-
say
yes,
let's say
Okay.
if City played against the old Barcelona and Neymar did that, how would you feel?
I would feel anything. I would feel, oh, I'm playing against.
When you're trailing behind,
Obviously, as a player, you're going to be frustrated that someone is doing this in the pitch. But as a fan watching out there, I will also feel frustrated. But still, I'm going to give kudos to what Neymar and Barcelona are doing. I mean, we need to go back to the days where we have wingers take on their man, dribble, and keep the defenders on the ground, begging for their life. You should see what Neymar did. I mean, before we have seen Lamine Yamal do this. Let's bring it to Jay-Z. We have seen Lamine Yamal do this in Barcelona, putting the defenders down. Neymar back in the day was making defenders kneel down, go down on their knees
going
to
down.
beg.
Do you think Guardiola would have reacted? Or does he not like this? Or was he
Okay,
biased during the days of Messi when Messi did all that thing on the pitch?
You mean the reaction to
He actually reacted.
he did react. I think his reaction was just about we are 2 goals down, we are 2 goals up, and we still have like time left to play. You understand? So you should be doing something to actually get the third goal. Because anything that happened, at 70-something people actually equalize the game. Arsenal can actually do something. When they brought in when they get to the pitch, things change. They brought in different players, different pieces into the man. They brought in Calafrio. You see their plan actually changed from 77 minutes. A lot of things happened. City didn't really have the ball. They did do a little bit of something. You could see Arsenal was pressing. They were trying to get one goal back. And you know how it goes in the game of football. One goal back and then there is hope for Arsenal fans. But obviously there was no hope for Arsenal fans. Manchester City got a better side of the game. And kudos to Manchester City. And
I think that's it.
I won't play about it too
Now,
much.
we have to talk about the title race, obviously. Let's just switch in. Do you think, okay, Arsenal has a very good chance? I would say 80% chance of getting the trophy.
Arsenal do have a very, very good chance. Very, very good chance. They are up there. They are up there already doing it. They are really like a major gap ahead of Manchester City. But you know how it goes in the game of football. Anything goes. But for me, I feel strongly that Arsenal is going to be the Premier League champions. I want to be wrong on that one. I want to be really, really wrong on that one, though. But
I mean, there's nothing you can do about it. It's already set in stone.
You know,
Then
they just
things don't happen.
things will happen in football.
I
They lost.
think this loss now said this loss now that they have in the Carabao Cup has actually that bring up the
It goes 2 ways. It does go 2 ways. You know that, right? I mean, it does go 2 ways. Sorry to call it up because they can use it like, oh yeah, this actually happened. We lost to Manchester City, and that people switch and then we need to go back into the match and then do well and then use that momentum to win. Actually goes the other way where you look at it, then the mentality just drops. You go into the match like they play 1-2 of this, and you could see it in the match. They were trying to, I'm sorry to say, I don't want to be a big but I was calling it Corner FC. But you see, Manchester City playing to shut them out. So they're not good in the open play. So they have to do very, very well. Some of the other teams they have to play in the next fixtures. When I look at the match against Manchester City and say, oh well, we can do this. We can do this to them. We can actually win in the fair and football. We need to just all have to do is lock them out from the corner flag, and then we have the whole match setting. And then to the rest of the Premier League teams, we can just let's talk about Arsenal. I mean,
what's the future of Tottenham? How do you see that? What's going to play out? And they are like 1 point away from
relegation. I mean, Igor is doing everything he can to bring Tottenham back to where they're supposed to be, back to not fighting for relegation because this is not the Tottenham. Tottenham has never. They might have been, but right now in 21st century, I haven't seen Tottenham actually be in a place where they are fighting not to be relegated to the championship. I mean, it's very, very difficult.
I mean, they started off really well.
They did start very, very
And
well.
then they had good signings, Xavi Simons.
I really want to see that was very, very
I mean, about the Bayern, but I'm happy it went that way. Really, I had my team. Moving on, we'll be going to the FA Cup. That's another cup that is sparking up conversations. Obviously, we have Chelsea still there.
Chelsea still, we have Liverpool, we still have City, we have Arsenal.
So what are we looking at here? What's the dynamic in that?
Well, if you look at it, Manchester City is going to be facing Liverpool, right? So you know what happened in the last match, the controversial Zoom slide right down and then Shaki's last ball being cancelled. It was a very
spot there because
it could
Liverpool wouldn't want that to slide. But then City are actually out for
the season. We just had our first. Sorry,
this is the Bayern.
I mean, they just had their first trophy this season,
and they want more.
Obviously, the mentality is there in the squad to actually go for more.
Yeah.
But can they do it? I mean, you look at the squad they have. You look at Liverpool's squad they have. Liverpool actually is out his job. People actually have done it for centuries and centuries. Okay. So he has done it for years and years, and he has done it over and over again, winning over Liverpool. It's a battle between Liverpool and 50-50 City pool. It's 50-50 chance. But if I want to predict, you know very, very well, I'm going to start with my boy Klopp. You understand what I mean?
I also want to throw in a little thing here. Since Liverpool is still in the Champions League, obviously, they might. I think, look at this happened after. Do you think fatigue might set into the Liverpool squad?
Some of
Things like
little things like that actually does change
the dynamic
of football. So I feel that something like that will actually happen. You see what happened. PSG actually facing Liverpool in the Champions League, and they have the chance to actually appeal to get their match cancelled.
That's a whole different discussion.
Yes. So the thing is, they have time to rest, play the Champions League, and then come back to play them now. But Liverpool don't have that luxury. So yes, obviously some things like that actually just change the dynamics of football. So I just feel like Liverpool should bring their A game to the match because for me, I started Manchester City.
So still on this City matter.
So City Liverpool about the FA Cup clash, you know how it goes, and then also the retirement of Salah. How do you think it's going to affect like Liverpool?
I feel Salah has given his blood, sweat, and tears to the club Liverpool, and I don't think he's going to just retire from gamers. He's just another player. I think he's going to be up there with the likes of Steven Gerrard as a club legend. So I also feel like there's a debate here that Salah's legacy is far better than Hazard.
What do you think?
I mean, I can't really say much because I might be biased in whatever I do. But I don't actually think we can take that away from the Egyptian king. He has done explosive well. He has done so much. His longevity is to be studied because we have a lot of people coming to the Premier League. They do 1 2 seasons and then they're out. Especially being a winger and you need to be scoring goals, carrying the team and all of that. It's not easy. If I'm just going to give my unbiased take on that, I would say Salah's legacy tops that of Hazard, taking nothing away from Hazard. I'm just going to say Bill. It takes nothing away from. It doesn't make Hazard less, but we're talking about longevity in the Premier League, match being played, the goals he has scored. I mean, come on, what are we saying now? What are we saying?
I don't have anything to say about this one.
But yeah, that's a hot take. That's a very
I mean it's a very big hot take.
People might want to say, oh, it's controversial and go on and oh.
I feel Hazard has a bigger legacy than Salah in the Premier League.
Okay, let's have your.
My own take. Yeah. We could see what he has done for Chelsea. I mean, winning a lot of trophies.
What has he won for Chelsea that Salah hasn't done? I mean, did Hazard actually win the Champions League with Chelsea? He left before that, no? I'm just saying, it doesn't take. You don't have to make one player look bad to make the other one look good. They are both good.
That's something I
they are both good. They did good for their club. Yeah, they put them into their respective club, but then. If you're talking about statistics and longevity, Salah has it more.
I mean, how did this for Chelsea for a very long time? You see in the goals and the assists, you see in the pre-assist, you see open play, Chelsea's
he had a good run in his prime for Chelsea. That's what I have to say. The few years he spent, he did great. We wish he would have stayed longer.
So do you think Salah is up there as a Premier League legend?
He's obviously there. I mean, in modern day football, who would you put above Salah?
Who would you put above Salah? Wait, hold on. So if Salah is up there as a Premier League legend, when you put Real Madrid?
Are we seriously comparing Mahrez to Salah?
You don't want to have this conversation.
Well, it's okay.
You definitely don't want to have this conversation.
Like the banter should
You definitely don't want to have.
Would you
we have
Mahrez over
if
Salah?
Hold on.
Let me know, guys. Let's go down the comment. Would you put we have Mahrez for Man City over Mo Salah?
I will anytime. And
this is coming from a City fan. I mean, come on.
It's not about being biased. It's about what Real Mahrez has done in the game of football.
What are you saying? Are you actually comparing Salah to Mahrez right now? I don't want to go deep into this.
goal stats, assist stats. What are you saying, bro? Okay, you're taking your L right now.
I'm standing on
Am I
business.
am I seeing you bringing
standing on
up
business.
Raheem Sterling's name? I
standing
feel
on
like
business.
you want to bring that up right
No,
now.
I'm not a business. I'm standing on business.
Okay, let's moving on.
The Mahrez has a better legacy than Salah in the Premier League. Mic drop. Yeah, I said that.
Okay, I'll pick that mic. We are going over to the national international break where we have Nigeria calling up a few new youngsters and we have the person in Philip Otele.
I mean, they are brilliant football players. I mean, I like what Eric is doing for the team, calling up players to come up to the squad and see what they can offer to the national team going forward. The future of the Nigerian national team. Yeah. I see as something you can see. Trustekong resigned in the center back position and retired. Trustekong retired, and we need to fill up the spaces. You need to bring in new people that are coming today and carry the Nigerian football team to the next level. And I feel that Eric, what he has done, bringing in this new names into the squad, he has actually done very, very brilliantly. You could see he also called up Emmanuel Fernandez, a centre back that plays for Rangers. I have watched him play. He's a very, very brilliant.
He's phenomenal on the ball. Yeah. I had to go through a few of his highlights and
he was very, very
that with Bassi. I feel that with Calvin Bassi is going to be very.
Argentina has nothing on us. I think Argentina has nothing on us. Absolutely, it's a very, very brilliant thing to do. I want to see more and more Nigerian nationals out there playing top European teams. So that coming back home is something they should do. Should play for their country to represent in the World Cup. I mean, it's a beauty to see those people choose Nigerian over other nations. It shows that we still have players out there that still play for them. Always there. We have teams that actually look at and say, oh yeah, I mean, let me go back to my motherland and play for them. I want to see the likes of, for me, I want to see the likes of Ejuke doing very, very well in the squad. I have seen him play brilliantly in that way. I want to see the coach giving him that trust to also be there. Sometimes we might not have Ademola Lookman. I'm sorry to say this. I mean, I love Ademola Lookman very, very well. He's doing very, very well in his team. Right now, he's playing for Atletico Madrid. He's doing very, very well. But I want to see the coach also trusting Ejuke to play. Sometimes in some of those friendlies where we don't have to see Ademola Lookman play, Ademola can come in. Lookman could actually rest him. Yes, rest him. And he could come in and give it a little bit of like 5 to 10 minutes cameo. I want to see Ejuke go out there. He's doing. I mean, if you see him for his club, he's doing very, very well. He takes on his man, but I don't know. I don't know if it's about confidence level. I want to see him shine very, very well in the national team. Okay. So kudos to Philip Otele, kudos to Yeraso, and kudos to Emmanuel Fernandez. I'm going to say that again. Kudos to Emmanuel Fernandez, kudos to Yeraso, and kudos to Philip Otele. They are good guys, and I hope to see them play also for the World Cup. Though we haven't qualified, but then yes, we need this new spirit in the team. We do need a new mentality. I would like it to be like Nigeria could be like the Real Madrid of Africa, where you have the experienced players and then we have the youngsters coming in to learn from the experienced players, and then we have that stability in the team. You need to that's the format. I mean, having experienced players and then youngsters coming into the team and then learning and also building up their confidence level. So that's it for this episode on Turn Media, and you have to join us next episode. And I think we've had a lot of talking points so far, so good. We've had from the Champions League to the Carabao Cup to the FA Cup to the controversial Cherky juggling the ball in the Carabao Cup to the legacy of the honestly we didn't
we'll see that in the comments.
We want to hear your comments on that. Do you think Mo Salah has a bigger legacy than Eden Hazard ever had? Do you think he should be put up there as a Premier League legend in the Premier League? Do you also think that Riyad Mahrez has a bigger legacy than Mo Salah? I want to hear your thoughts on that. And, and I'm going to give it up to our host too.
Okay, guys. This is it for this episode, and we here in Turn Sports, we are actually happy for you tuning in and hearing what we have to say and the match analysis. So come back next time for episode 2.
And obviously, we're going to have a lot of things.
Cheers, guys.
Cheers.
Yeah.